All right. So what next on the docket? You saw the Jake Paul video.
I stay away from the Paul brothers.
S- Whoever that black guy at IGN is, they need to keep him. He is cool. If you see the video, he starts off before getting into the news wearing a Black Panther mask, and he has his arms together like they do in the movie. And he has the claws. He's having fun there. And then at the end of the video, he's dressed up as the chief from the gorilla tribe, and he's like, "Why? What?" And
At least he's having fun.
he's doing his best African accent, saying, "Why are you here? Leave." Just like the guy. It's anyway. Here's me fangirling. This so a guy was streaming with Jake Paul because Jake Paul is also being a culture vulture and playing Fortnite, and so everyone on Twitter was roasting this guy, all his followers. Uh, and I don't want to talk too much about this, but I was going to ask, do you think it's fair? Do you think that's fair? For
I
everyone
think
like shit
it's
on this
fair that they're
guy,
roasting him. Wait, why are they
everyone
roasting him
because
exactly?
he was
Just is he
playing with
playing with Paul?
yeah.
That's kind of stupid. If he was playing, I don't know. If if he was playing poorly and they were talking about the fact that he was playing poorly, it's fine. I mean, I guess it's just the fact that he was playing with Jake Paul that it's bad. I guess, in which case, people have their opinions on people, and that's all I can really say about that. Doesn't really make sense why you'd make fun of or make fun of, insult, anything like that towards someone just because they're playing with someone. I mean, they may see something in that person that you don't. I mean, I personally am not a fan of the Paul brothers. They have done way too many stupid things for me to be a fan of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to insult someone just because they're playing with them. That's kind of childish. That's a, you know, us versus them mentality, and I'm not a fan of that. So I just feel like, yeah, if anyone actually did that without any backing as to why they did it, other than, oh, you're playing with that guy,
The guy who
kind
tased
of
the rat.
childish. I mean, yeah, he tastes rats. And that's totally bad thing to do. Especially like he's done so many bad things, but don't wrap up other people just because they didn't. They are with someone that did that, unless it was something extremely bad. Like, oh, you're definitely gonna be mad at someone if they were, friends with a Nazi because they were a Nazi. He, however, is not a Nazi, so you should not treat him like he is.
I
I
mean,
mean, if you tried to rope him into something stupid, that would,
no,
I
no,
understand.
they were just playing Fortnite.
But if he's just playing a video game,
They're
let him play a video game.
they're just chilling. That's it. That was yeah.
Everyone has a choice on who they want to hang out with. Well, depending on who they hang out with, I understand if it's bad or not. But once again, he's not a cool person to hang around, but he's not a Nazi. Let him have friends. Don't try to, tell other people, bad guy, stay away. I'm pretty sure that person's a grown adult. He can make his own decisions.
Yeah. All right. How do you feel about Shenmue 1 and 2? Do you care it's being re-released?
I'm not cultured. I
All right.
have never played Shenmue.
Me neither. I could not care less. That's not for me. Although,
It looks interesting, but not interesting enough for me to play.
right. Have you played Yakuza or Yakuza? And that sounds like he left. Hold on. Yeah, he left. Anyway, so Shenmue came out. It's being released.
What I don't know what just happened. I got like booted for some reason, but I played a little bit. I didn't play like a lot of the Yakuza series. I played
Yeah.
a little bit of it.
All right. I was just gonna say, Shenmue's is just the predecessor of Yakuza. It's made by the
Oh
same
yeah, I knew it
company.
was made by the same company. I think because I played Yakuza, I was not interested in Shenmue because like I didn't get super interested in Yakuza.
Right. So you're not interested about Shenmue 3?
I'm glad that people that like the series are getting something good out of it. I personally myself don't see myself playing it though.
All right. What about Code Vein?
I've seen some commercials for it, and I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It looks interesting. I want to play it. Then again, I'm a huge weeb, so there's that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that ironically. I'm not actually a weeb. Not yet.
Never.
If I ever do, please kill me.
Yep. I don't know. I'm not
But
really
yeah,
interested
it
in
looks
Code
nice.
Vein. It looks like it looks kind of slower, and it's a weird thing I can't put my finger on. But there's a certain it's clearly kind of, and I hate this expression, but it is very much a Dark Soulish game. You can see how it's structured like Dark Souls. It does things differently.
It's the
I'm
Dark Souls of anime. You're saying?
Yes, with a it's like if you combine God Eater with Dark Souls, like God Eater's aesthetic with Dark Soulish mechanics.
Yeah, I'd say that seems to be about what it's made of.
And there's a weird pacing with Dark Souls that I rarely feel like it's the same. Like if you ever seen The Surge, it's a Dark Souls clone. It's very much a Dark Souls clone. And it's their second game. They had another game called Something of Exile where it was like this medieval game. And like both of them are really rigid. And that's saying something considering how rigid Dark Souls is.
You put it that way, I might need to look into it a bit more. But I mean, I just mainly like just because of how it looked from the start. Because
Yeah,
you know me, I get games based off two criteria. If a character in the game looks cute, sue me. Like sue me if you have to. Or if the game on its own just like has a nice aesthetic to it, and that game, appearance-wise, it has an aesthetic that I like.
I
So
agree.
that's why mainly I was interested in it. I wasn't saying, oh, it's an instant buy, but it looks interesting enough to let me, just say, oh, I'll look more into it. And if I like it, I'll buy it.
I would say it does have it has an interesting aesthetic.
Yeah, that's why I got attracted to it. Not just because, oh, Dark Souls, anime, blah, nah, just because it looked kind of nice. And that's usually what I want in a video game. Which is why I haven't played many new games, but that's neither here nor there.
That's for a different week.
Yeah,
Have you seen the Sam Fisher Farewell to Snake?
that hurt me.
That made
Like,
me sad.
that hurt me on so many levels. I think I watched the video you sent where he also like connected Snake talking about Sam and Gabe.
Yeah, Yonggi.
Oh, that hurt me so much. Looking at the guy's eyes,
And how he says
it,
it.
yeah, it's just I'm the only one left. That just you can tell the loneliness. That was good acting. Like you could actually feel the loneliness from Sam Fisher. I think that was his name. I said that right?
Yes, that's his name.
Okay. It was such a good tribute, as both like it was good as a tribute and as a like bittersweet goodbye,
Yeah.
which makes me really mad at Konami.
Well, I mean, it's not just Konami, as like the video you saw suggests. It's I didn't notice it until now. There's not many stealth games, like deliberate, like just straight up stealth games out there.
Yeah, that's true. You got me there.
Like Dishonored is one of the new breeds, the new youngins, the younger generation. But besides that, there's no other stealth like just really good stealth game out there. It's a dying genre.
So many genres are actually dying, though. That's like it's. I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying. It's just the fact that with the way it's going when it comes to gaming, I can't see anything other than first person shooters surviving,
Yeah,
and that saddens me even more just because of the fact that when you look at that video, you think this isn't going to be just, oh, this is just for sneaking games. It's going to happen in almost every game if companies don't step it up what they're doing.
Yeah, like we don't have that many racing games anymore. Or
it's kind of like a trumpet of war, I guess, or I don't know if that makes sense. Like you can just you'll hear it and that's when the downfall is coming. I don't know if that's the phrase, but I hope it made sense.
It's like the seals breaking before the apocalypse happened.
Yeah, exactly like that. That makes more sense than what I said.
Yeah. I mean, now, oh man, I'm now sad. I'm really that made me even sadder. Not only thinking about like stealth games dying, it's like just like I can't remember playing like a more arcadey shooter, not shooter.
It's very sad actually, because if you think about it, there's a chance. I don't know if it's like a huge hobby for you, but for me, video games have mainly been my life. And if that were to go, what do I have? I'm just alive at that point, and not in a good way. Like,
right.
I don't mean in a depressing way. Just I don't have a hobby. I'll just be existing.
You still have anime.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I'm more and more often not watching anime. As strange as that sounds, like it's also the same. It was the same thing with all stuff, really. Anime these days, they're starting to get kind of watered down unless they have a series to back it up. Like if they already had brand recognition, then you're like, all right, I'll watch this, even if it's a little bit bad, which is why I watch Super.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at other shows or media, any form of media that doesn't have brand recognition, just because of the fact that originality is kind of hard to come by nowadays, no one wants to watch new stuff. No one will watch new stuff, and it'll just disappear.
I think it's more like it's hard to sell.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
It's hard to sell. It's hard to sell to a company that they're going to get their money back.
Like they just want to keep what makes. I think that's actually what happened with the old Teen Titans. Like it just didn't sell enough because people didn't. I don't know.
No, it was one of the most popular shows. It was making money. It was.
No.
You're right. You're right. It was. I think Teen Titans was supposed to wasn't selling toys like they were supposed to.
Yep, and because it wasn't selling toys, even though I bought my Teen Titans toys like a good person.
I played.
I'm not blaming the people.
I went on Cartoon Network and played all the games.
Oh yeah, you just had to play the games. It's crazy how so many things nowadays are just kind of dying off.
Or what if we're just getting older?
I don't want to think of that.
I don't think there's anything to fear. I mean, I think
I don't fear it. It's just I don't want to think of like when you were a kid, you used to be like, I'll never be that old guy that doesn't like things. I'm always going to stay a part of the crowd. And then you look back you look back and realize I've become one of the old people that isn't part of the crowd.
Oh no, I didn't mind being one of the old people. What I feared, which I ended up being, was that teenager. You're like, oh my god, mom, like that. I always thought that was stupid. Even when I was doing it, I was still thinking it's stupid. But being old, yeah, that's fine.
I can respect that. For me, I just never wanted to be that one guy that was never part of the group. Well, not part of the group, but that
Not
never
hip.
understood. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be, behind my time or behind the times. I wanted to understand things and, not just kind of stay in my own bubble. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's just us now. We become Sam Fisher.
And now I'm depressed.
All right, so let's bring that hype up. Siegfried, Soul Calibur 6. I'm hype.
As strange as this sounds, or rather as normal as this should sound, I don't think Siegfried required a reveal trailer. It's kind of like Mario being in a Mario game, Like Siegfried and Nightmare, they're kind of the guys that are always going to be there.
Yeah, I mean they are a Ryu and Ken, but we could say the same about the X-Man in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
You got me there. You got me there. That's you worried me into a corner with that one.
Chris, as you know more than me, Soul Calibur 5 replaced a lot of the older characters with younger versions.
That is also true.
Of all demographics, you want to tell the Soul Calibur people, hey, this is Soul Calibur.
But Siegfried, though?
Yes.
Like, who would they replace Siegfried with? It's just, I don't think it's possible.
They could just not have Siegfried in there. It could have been at a point in time when he's still Nightmare. Because Nightmare, when you break his helmet off, is Siegfried. You can see it.
That would actually be kind of cool, though. I'd be all right with that. Because that way, Siegfried and Nightmare are still technically in the game, just not in a way that you're used to.
Well, yeah, that was the case with Soul Calibur 1 and 2.
I'd be fine with that, as long as Siegfried's in the game. I just feel like he's one of those recurring characters that need to stay. I felt the same way for Taki, but they ended up replacing her with, I think it was either Natsu or Natsuki.
Natsu.
I don't know. Okay, that was Natsu. And then they replaced...
Sophidia with her...
What was the chick with the umbrella? Like the umbrella sword?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
They replaced her with Alpha Patroclus, and that was dumb. It was beyond dumb. I don't know why they did it. Then they turned Keelik into... Well, they didn't replace him. They just turned him into I don't know what.
Right.
And they turned him into Evil Ryu in the next game, but that actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the mechanic for it.
I just hope that they do the characters right this time. They listen to the problems that were stated about 5. Was it 5?
Yes.
Yeah, 5. I hope they listen to those problems and they work on it. Bring back Taki.
Yeah.
And Setsuna.
Bring back the waifus. We got Ivy. We got
Right?
Sophidia.
People didn't play that game for the fighting. They played it for the waifus.
The Jago physics. Anyway.
I mean, you're right.
Oh, I hope they have Hilde. I want Hilda.
No, her infinite combos were garbage.
They nerfed her in 5.
Fair enough. Never mind.
And also, when I played her, I didn't know about those things. All right.
I said it before in a previous podcast. Sorry for interrupting. I want them to bring back the different classes that they had.
Chronicles of the Soul.
Basically. Yeah,
I agree.
Sorry, that was it.
You saw the My Hero Academia game?
5 times.
My Hero 1's Justice.
As strange as it sounds, as the title is, yes, I've watched it 5 times.
Disappointed.
I kind of expected it to be like that.
It makes sense.
Most Shonen Jump things, they tend to look like fighting games like that. Like I don't know if you've ever seen footage.
Looks like Naruto.
Yeah. If you've ever seen footage for J-Star's Victory Versus,
Yeah, I played it a little bit.
it looks, yeah, it's exactly like that, kind of. I would say exactly like it, kind of, because it's actually more on, I guess. But it's very much like that. And while J-Stars was an okay game, I don't think its fighting style would work with Hero Academia. Still gonna try it just to see. You know, it may end up being that one diamond in the rough. Plus, I want to play as Suyu. I told you, I only play things that has cute aesthetics, stuff like that. But yeah, it looks like it might end up being either okay or very disappointing. And with the series that it's based off of, I really hope it manages to be good. Because the author of Hero Academia, he tries way too hard for that to represent his series in a video game, if it's bad.
Sprint.
So I hope it's good. I wish the best for it.
Why are you installing something? Sorry.
Wait, what?
My phone was installing an app that I didn't ask for. Zuckerberg over here. I didn't know he was really into putting a lot of. I mean, I didn't watch past the fourth episode, so I don't really have much opinion on it.
So the author, he puts a huge amount of work into his into his work.
Yeah.
Like he will lay out the abilities of characters, what makes the characters weak. Like it's not your typical shonen anime manga. It actually is it's very well thought out. It has so much going for it. I would say it's my favorite now. I mean, other than JoJo, because I freaking love JoJo. I would say it's my second favorite. There, I'll say that, and that's like getting really close to JoJo.
That's some pretty high acclaim.
And if I'm pretty sure, since I'm moderately still new to this podcast, people don't know me. I am a huge fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I have read every chapter up to the current one, which is part 8. I've read it at least 3 times, and that's like 600 That's like 600 chapters, I think.
Did you also buy the book, the Steel Ball Run?
I bought any book that's available, since a lot of them are, in Japan still. They're not actually localized yet.
Yeah.
I'll use an app called Zingbox, and because of the fact that I'm reading it for free, I'll buy the manga because it's it only feels right. I love JoJo just that much. I'm a huge fan, and just like with Hero Academia, I hope the best for just the game. I hope the best for it. There we go. Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about Blazblue? Cross tag battle.
I'm interested in how many cat girls will be in the game. Gameplay wise, since I've started playing a lot more fighters due to Dragon Ball Fighters, I'm going to end up playing it because, once again, it fits my aesthetic. It looks nice. It's got adorable characters. I'm probably going to be only playing Tao Kaka as usual, because I like Tao Kaka. Probably get that cat chick from Ruby, though I don't like the voice actors from the Ruby side. Not them as people, but I don't like the voices.
Ruby's voice is grating.
It sounds, yes, it's very grating. Apparently it gets better in the volumes, or at least it grows on you in the volumes of the original show. But I feel like if you want someone to watch your show, you need to have something to make, something sound good. If it's in external media, you don't want to put Sonic in Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games and make Sonic sound like he's like dying all the time, because no one's gonna want to hear Sonic. No one's gonna buy Sonic. The same logic would apply to Ruby in Cross Tag Battle. Also, I don't know if they changed Yusuke's voice from the Persona 4 guy, with brown hair. I don't know if they changed his voice. If they did, I don't like it. It just sounds he sounds younger than he should be.
I never really put that much, I didn't play 4 that much, so I don't really remember that much about his voice.
Simone from Gurren Lagann?
Didn't watch it.
Okay, then. Do you know Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto?
Yeah.
That voice. He had that voice in the game. And I want to know if they're using that. If not, and that was just like, they're going to change the voice. Hopefully they do. I don't like the voice they currently have. And I also want to know who they're using for Chie. Because I remember Aaron Fitzgerald was part of the actors' strike, and I don't know if I don't know if that's been resolved yet, but I know she's been part of a strike. So I don't know if they're going to use her. I hope they do, because I wasn't able to hear her amazing voice acting during the Neptunia games. She's like one of my favorite actors. I want her to come back. Oh wait, we're supposed to be talking about the game, not the voices. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, the voices are part of the game. That's why I'm not sure. Even though Ruby seems kind of cool to play, I will never play her.
Oh yeah.
It's just a voice. And you know what? The Blazblue voices are also like all those voices except for you and the characters from Undead. Let me just pull up what the name was.
Under Night in Birth.
Yeah, that weird game. Those are the only voices I like. There's like 3 voices.
I like Patrick States on Ragna though. Like I think it's pretty cool.
Right? I mean, right? But it's like really edgy.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, when he does a super
Patrick
move.
States perfect for it.
When he does the super move and he's like blood cross. It's
That's
like,
what makes Patrick Stewart the perfect voice. He makes it edgier than it needs to be. Then again, it also could use some work, kind of. I don't know.
or the other guy who's like, let's kill each other, and his voice is different as they're fighting. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Oh, I didn't press push to talk. That's just a quirk of the character, Jin, just because he's crazy, and it's kind of like, I wouldn't say dual voice, but that's probably the best thing I could put for it. Like, whenever he sees his brother, he goes insane. His voice kind of gets a bit higher, and he goes insane. His brother being Ragna. That's all I can tell when it comes to Blazblue. I don't follow the story. I just play the fighting. Like, I just play as Taukaka. Not good at it, though. Only thing they could do to make Cross Tag Battle even more of a, hey, look, crossover game, is if they threw in Darkstalkers. That's just because I want to have Felicia, whatever the name of that black-haired lady from Ruby, and Taukaka on one team.
You just want all the cat ladies.
Yes. It's sad, but I'd play it because, I mean, it'd be fun.
I think having Darkstalkers would have been cool, but that's not like a Capcom move. That requires too much intelligence.
Yeah, Capcom would not actually try to go for it. They would probably say something along the lines of how their IP is in the works. There's some type of excuse as to why they won't add their IP when Darkstalkers has not been touched in such a long time.
It's the F-Zero of fighting games.
That just made me sad.
Hey, we're gonna put this character that the current generation knows nothing about in all these games, and we're not gonna make a new version of this game.
Even though even the people that have seen that character and want to know about him, even though like they're asking for him, I want to know about this guy. It's just a little bit. Nah. Okay. Maybe one day.
Well, since I'm gonna miss getting my food, let me expand this topic a bit. Since we're talking about, let's just forget about Blazblue. Let's go back to Marvel. Since you also watch Maximilian, dude, have you seen the video, right? Of Max.
What Marvel did wrong? Yes.
Well, Max saying Marvel's dead.
Yes, I did see.
Also, one of the saddest videos out there.
You could play that video and play the Chow song where you're about to discard your Chow from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I was gonna go with the meme song, with the violin. Dun, dun, dun,
Either one.
Just, I've never seen a man like someone. It's not even just a man. I'm saying it because he's a man. I've never seen someone have to just bury his baby. I could not imagine loving a series so much, only to publicly declare that I think is dying, or rather is dead.
Honestly, it's a sad thing, but Capcom did it to themselves. I mean, I'm pretty sure Disney also had something to do with it since Marvel kind of is owned by them. But right. Capcom did it to themselves. They did not make the best thing for it.
If that Reddit post is to be believed, yes, it very much seems like Disney was strong-arming. Which is why I hate Disney. I generally have a dislike towards Disney.
Same. They're being a bit too powerful, and they're close to becoming a conglomerate.
You remember how I was talking about last week about how wild it is that EA expected more sales for Battlefront?
Yes.
I feel like Disney take that problem and then it increases it by like a power of 10. Because there's been multiple games. Every time Disney tried to get into the game industry, they it seems like they have no idea how people operate. Like they think their games are going to sell like their movies, which are two different crowds and experiences.
I mean, have you seen the games that they actually directly sold? Bad words. The games that they directly sold were awful.
I don't know.
That's why they always had to go via a proxy, like Square Enix for Kingdom Hearts.
Their Disney games sold well. You know, the Skylanders copy clone.
You know, I actually did not associate that with Disney.
That was
I was thinking
directly
of, like,
Disney.
I was thinking of their old games, like the Aladdin games and stuff like that.
Oh, those. I mean, those games they're cemented as good games.
I just think that they didn't sell too much, though. Like, they could have been amazing games. Like, maybe say the next Mario would be too much. But they could have been amazing games, but it just didn't sell enough, I guess. I don't know.
Are we talking about like back when they were using Capcom to make like their platformers?
Yes.
Yeah, I think those games sold well. I think they were probably under different
Even that Lion
administration.
King?
Because most people like will say the Aladdin games are pretty good. I was looking on my emulator for all the old Mickey and Donald / Minnie games where they have to rescue Pluto. Those are pretty good.
Even that Lion King game, because I always thought that people just did not like that game, and I personally didn't like it, but I always thought people just didn't like it.
I don't know which one you're referring to. I'll have to look it up later.
The one that had, like, I think it was the extremely difficult level 4 or level 3, where if you fall off the giraffe or didn't make the jump right, you were stuck. You had to restart the level. And it was, like, deep into the level with no checkpoints.
For anyone listening, oh, that game. Yeah, that game was wild. Yeah. But that's old Disney, I think. But I can see I see what you're saying. I don't.
Not a fan of new Disney either.
I hate.
Mainly just with their television programs. Not that it's bad. It's just that the good ones they're not getting enough of.
I hate.
I want some more Star Versus.
Well, you don't want to see Rogue, the Clone Wars Rogue.
What the hell is that? I mean, I've never even heard of that.
The new clone. You remember the Clone Wars cartoon, the CGI?
Oh wait, yeah, I remember
They
that.
had a new
I don't
one.
want to remember that.
Devin and Brianna keeps trashing that show.
It sounds bad. I barely like the original Clone Wars.
Where they call the lightsabers beam sticks instead of lightsabers.
They do not.
They do.
They do not call it that.
That was what that's what he told me. And they are, unlike me, they are not inclined to hyperbole. I'm the kind of person who would make a joke about that. But back to the Disney games, or Disney in general. I just don't really like. I think Disney, as you said, is getting a little too power hungry. And they keep hiring people for games, and they're expecting it to sell an outrageous amount. Like the amount they're expecting from the games will be implying no one is buying anything else in that area.
Yeah, I can see them doing that.
Which is ridiculous.
They want people to get. They want the games to get as much sales as their movies.
Yeah. In fact, that's why their Skylanders clone, then they shut it down. It was making money. It didn't reach their expectations, but what it reached was a large amount, and it was competing directly with Skylanders, the Lego games, everything else. It had a pretty good idea, allowing you to crisscross different universes. It had
a lot of content too. Didn't it have like a Splatoon type of game mode?
I know they had a shooter.
I'm pretty sure people loved it.
There was a lot of stuff people loved about it.
Heck, I played it a little bit, like at my cousin's house. It was like a little kid, but still, it was Like, I didn't just say, "Oh man, I love this game so much," but it was still a pretty fun game to play.
All right.
They're just expecting too much from what they have.
And I feel
They're
like
looking at two different markets.
that's what killed Marvel. And that's what killed Marvel, and there was nothing anybody would do about it. There's nothing. No, it was. If we're like to refer back to Cuphead, it was making a deal with the devil. There was just no way out of it. If you side with this, if you want to get Marvel versus Capcom, you're gonna have to get greedy Disney in here to tell people they want blank, 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 and you're just going to eat it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you can really see the corporate greed. Just it oozes out. Not
Chun-Li's
just
face.
because of. I was thinking. I was thinking more along the lines of the fact that none of the heroes you see are outside of the MCU. They're all just there, part of the movies. You don't see, well, okay, maybe some of them. I don't really know the full cast, but none of the heroes are Marvel. MCU. Not a single one is outside of it. And what was their excuse? They thought people wouldn't know them.
No, yeah, no one currently remembers the X-Men, and they're all functions.
No one knew the X-Men for that game, yet they had the X-Men in. What was their first game again? X-Men versus Street Fighter.
It was just X-Men, Child of Adam.
Yeah, Child of Adam. That was it. Not X-Men versus Street Fighter. But how did no one remember X-Men? That's just straight up. Disney said if you put them in here, you're going to pay more than you have to.
No one remembers the X-Men right after Logan just came out and got a bunch of awards.
That's like saying no one remembers Spider-Man. Like, what?
Oh, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's the only one who's outside the MCU.
No, yeah, right, him. I actually forgot he was in the game. That's just how little they actually gave him a presence in the game.
I love Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, he's cool, dude. He has a very cool aesthetic to him.
And Nova. Nova is another one. But those
Nova.
are
yeah, Nova Corps, dude. I remember him.
Yeah. But Ghost Rider is an anomaly. Nova, both of these characters are weird. Now I think about it.
I feel like Nova's just there just because he's gonna pop up soon.
Right.
Like he may pop up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna pop up during the Infinity War. That's just why they brought him in.
It would make the most sense for him to be in Infinity War.
Ghost Rider, I can't place where he would pop up. Like why he's even there. I think they just got him there because they needed a supernatural person to fit with Dante and Morgan. I guess.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, they just needed two supernatural people. Because it's like, oh, we have Dante Morgan. We need two people from Marvel.
You're right.
Well, I guess technically,
that's how the story
there's
plays
also
out.
Jeddah.
In the story, they fight each other. Oh, but
so
you have Dormammu.
They just need those people.
You have Dormammu.
Oh yeah, Dormammu too. Well, Dormammu and Doctor Strange, they're part of the MCU though, so it's kind of like I don't know much about Dormammu when it comes to that because they had him appear at some completely different in the movie. Like he was kind of just like a gaseous space. Then I'm blind, so I may not have seen it.
You also remember when Black Panther and Monster Hunter were in the story mode?
And they weren't even playable.
You remember
I hate it when games do that.
You remember how they have Ultron, but they don't have Sigma?
Ultron, Sigma. No, God, I hate it when they did that. It's like, we already know they're going to be playable. You're really going to make us pay for it. And weren't they on disc?
That, I don't know.
No, for a fact. Capcom
they're in the cutscenes, meaning they have the models.
Yeah, right. They got the models. It's just, I hate it when games do that when it's a character that isn't like an obviously broken final boss. Yeah. But it's just someone random. Like Black Panther, who's just there. He's got a model and everything. And they're just like, yeah, you guys probably wouldn't remember him. You don't want to play him.
The movie didn't come out yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So that makes me wonder, why did they want Black Panther playable?
MCU.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that's true. Which is fine. He ends up, I think he was pretty good in the game, but I don't know. The game was not able to last that quickly.
Mm.
The problem was they didn't have that many Capcom DLC. I mean, the problem there's also a problem with DLC, but the Capcom DLC was really low. Who were the ones that you can get? Sigma and
Monster Hunter. While
yeah,
you can
that's it.
get
Black
Black
Widow,
Widow,
Venom,
the Nightmare, not
Winter
Nightmare Warrior,
Soldier.
Winter Soldier, and Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther. It was very uneven. While in three, when they had DLC, which was it was only two, Shumagorath and Jill Valentine. It wasn't bad. It was even. You can just tell Disney was like, if you want to add new characters, it better be characters that we authorize, or they're gonna do some type of Disney magic. They're
Yeah.
gonna go all Fantasia on them.
The shame is those DLC characters, according to Max, were really good. Especially Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter.
I watched his videos on Monster Hunter and Black Panther, and they looked amazing to play.
Yeah. And Sigma's really good also.
I heard Sigma was meta for a bit, and then someone else came out. Well, yeah, but I heard he was meta for a bit, and he was like super fun to play. In fact, I don't think there was a single person that was that boring. Maybe Black Widow, maybe. Even then, she was still kind of fun,
Yeah.
and that's just because Black Widow is kick shoot lady. That's really all she's got going for her.
I mean, she's like playing Jill.
Yeah, but Jill, she was at least modified by the T virus. Black Widow was just like, I'm a secret agent, and that's about it. Poor Black Widow. I don't know how she can compete, but she does it well.
Because she also has she has a super soldier syndrome.
She does?
Yes.
Oh man, I should really pay attention to her then.
That's in the comics apparently. But yeah.
You know what? It probably just got like pushed in, kind of like how they said Batman had superpowers through something called Meadow or something like that.
Okay, shut up. I don't want to talk about this. Don't even say anything to me, boy.
I shall go back on topic then.
The weird thing about Marvel vs. Capcom, I think, besides the head assery, is that it's a game that was primarily killed by its graphics.
I wouldn't say graphics wise, but it slowly degraded in the worst way possible. It didn't end in a coup de force or, just a cool way to, end the series. It just slowly died, and that was probably the saddest thing about it.
Although, we might get Marvel vs. Capcom 3 back at EVO.
I hope so. Because I just need to see Marvel vs. Capcom. It had familiar faces, so it had brand recognition going for it. And it also had good gameplay.
Some of the hypest commentators.
Yeah. They really liked it. I'd like to see Sonic Fox play that game again, too. He was pretty good at the game. That is an understatement. Never mind. He was amazing at the game. I just hope that, I don't know, Disney can listen, use their heads, and just think, I don't know if they just need to, get old boy's head out of the freezer and have him tell them how, have him tell them how it works, but just let them make some good business decisions. I mean, they're doing okay, but that's just because they have so many places to back, so much backing, that one thing that goes wrong is okay with them, and that's kind of scary to think.
Yes.
It is. Like, what if they just think, we don't really need Marvel anymore, and they just, throw Marvel away. Throw away the whole comic. It's terrifying. That's why I don't like big companies, especially when they basically become that big.
You don't like trust.
Yeah, I do not like trust in the slightest. Because, in all honesty, there is no trust.
In a trust.
There is, I have money, and you will listen to what I have to say.
GG, loser. Well then, I think